station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Tonight on DC News Now at 6, breaking. A grandmother killed her daughter and granddaughter, now charged in her murder. The latest from investigators in Prince George's County. And saved from squalor, over 100 local animals, mostly dogs, rescued from an animal rescue in Northern Virginia. Several people charged tonight. And cooling off and saving cash. We're stretching your dollar on AC units and utility assistance as neighbors try to beat the heat.
And Mother Nature's going to cool us down just naturally in that regard as we head into your Sunday. We'll talk about that and show you the latest radar and what we have out there on the radar scope coming up.
Looking forward to it, Scott. Thank you. And thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 6. I'm Ben Dennis. We are seeing some storm activity below in the DMV. Let's head to meteorologist Scott Sumner. Scott, can we expect to see any storms heading our way?
Yeah, well, we could have a couple of storms here, Ben, as we talk about that and show you what we have here with our computer system. First off, let's take a look at Lynx 2, and you can see quite nicely that we do have a wide view of the radar scope. Now, a lot of this activity is really just out of our viewing range. A little bit of shower activity to the south and west of Culpeper. That will be in southern Madison County. And then there are some showers to the west of Garrett County at this point in time in southwestern Pennsylvania. But I want to focus in on, as we zoom in here, at some of the storms dropping down from Pennsylvania. Now, you notice the one just north of Harrisburg, kind of in the center of your screen. That has a little purple to it, and so I put our future scan on there to show you what that may do over the next hour. It does look like it's going to weaken a little bit as it moves west of Harrisburg and gets closer to the I-81 corridor. We'll watch it now, or we'll watch it over the next hour, and we're watching it now as we speak. Also watching some beautiful weather here in the local district area as you take a look here at basically the Potomac and the Lincoln Memorial out towards the background. We'll have more details coming up in just a few minutes.
And we begin our newscast with breaking news out of Prince George's County. A mother and daughter have been charged in the murder of their grandmother last week. Local police say that 44-year-old Candace Craig murdered her 71-year-old mother, Margaret Craig, back on May 23rd. She then had her daughter, 19-year-old Celia Hardy, help her dispose of the body a day later. Police visited the home yesterday after a neighbor noted they didn't see the grandmother for several days. They arrived at the home on Hill Road for a welfare check, and it's in the basement. We're told police smelled a decomposing body. Candace Craig is being charged with first and second degree murder, while her daughter is being charged as an accessory. More tonight on the news at 9. And in Montgomery County, Maryland, police are investigating the shooting of a teenage girl in Silver Spring last night. Police say they received word of multiple shootings shortly before 10 o'clock. When they arrived, they found an unnamed teenage victim with non-life-threatening injuries, as well as multiple bullet holes in a nearby apartment building and several cars. Police are still looking for possible suspect or suspects. And in Northern Virginia, busy I-95 was shut down in both directions after wires fell onto the interstate. You can see the gridlock here at Fairfax County, near the Fairfax County Parkways. Crews alerted us about the issue at 2 p.m. and were told lanes opened 2 hours later. It's unknown how the wires came down to begin with. And small cages and feces on the floor and diseases all around. That's the scene painted by investigators looking into what went wrong at an animal rescue. Well, now the people in charge are facing potential criminal penalties. Northern Virginia Bureau reporter Max Marcilla has the latest on the investigation.
We had dogs stacked up in crates. There were feces everywhere covering the floors. The kennels had no bedding, no water, no food inside them. It was overall a completely unacceptable situation.
This is what investigators saw when they were tipped off to potential animal cruelty happening at the Luck of the Irish Animal Rescue in Round Hill. And now the group's top 3 employees are all facing charges.
It was a clear situation of animal hoarding under the guise of rescue.
One of the animals seized is Aurora, this sassy cat who who couldn't stay away from or off of our camera during our interview with Nina Stively. She's the county's animal services director. Stively says the group, formerly known as the Paw and Hoof Animal Rescue, was taking animals from at least 5 other states and bringing them to shelters or adopting them out without sharing accurate information.
They were animals that appear to have been knowingly brought across state lines with contagious disease. A dog who'd killed another dog was brought into their rescue and then brought to a shelter claiming to be a stray, not sharing his history.
Tonight, Stively has this advice for future animal adopters.
Just check them out on the Department of Agriculture website. You can just look up right there whether or not a rescue is registered, which is required by law. In this case, they were not.
Executive Director of Luck of the Irish Animal Rescue is facing 7 counts of animal cruelty. Courts have already dissolved the organization and barred her from working with another animal-related organization for 1 year. And developing out of the district this evening, 3 adults have been displaced after a home caught on fire earlier today. DC Fire and EMS arrived at the house on 42nd Place Northeast right around noon. And when they got there, fire had spread into the attic. You can see those images there and the firefighters on the roof. All 3 adult residents in the home were evacuated, thankfully with no injuries, and the fire was put out just before 1 o'clock. The cause of the fire has not been shared. And happening this weekend, if you ride the orange and silver lines, heads up. Starting today, 4 metro stations are going to be completely closed, and they're staying that way until the end of June. The 4 stations are Vienna, Dunn, Loring, West Falls Church, East Falls Church, all in Virginia. Metro says crews will be replacing track that's been there for 40 years. But Metro says that they still have bus services to each of those closed stations. And if the changes are set to throw a wrench in your commute, the Metro says the best way to find your new route is to go on Metro's trip planner online. Just type in your starting point and your destination, and the site will calculate the quickest way to get there. A case of measles has been confirmed in Montgomery County, and Maryland health officials are urging people who may have been exposed to look out for symptoms. DC News Now's Tosin Fakile has more details on what areas people may have been exposed in and what symptoms to look out for.
Because measles is a contagious disease, health officials are getting the word out so people can look out for symptoms, specifically people who haven't been vaccinated against measles. Now, health officials say measles is a vaccine-preventable viral infection that spreads easily through coughing, sneezing, and secretions from the mouth in people who are not vaccinated against the disease. Officials say pregnant women, infants less than a year old, and those who are immune compromised are most at risk of complications from measles. Now, obviously, they can't release any information on the Montgomery County residents with the disease, but officials say anyone who visited these 2 places, the Cabin John Ice Rink on Westlake Drive in Bethesda on Wednesday, May 24th between 6 and 9 p.m., and a professional office building located at 16220 Frederick Road in Gaithersburg on May 30th between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. may have been exposed to measles. Officials are especially urging people who are not vaccinated against measles who were at either of these locations during the possible exposure times. They're asking them to monitor themselves for any early symptoms of measles, especially fever. So here's some things to look out for. Now, measles symptoms usually start 10 to 14 days after exposure to the virus, but symptoms can develop as soon as 7 days and as long as 21 days after exposure. Look for fever more than 100 degrees Fahrenheit, runny nose, cough, red and watery eyes, and they say usually 1 to 4 days after the early symptoms, a red rash appears on the face and spreads to the rest of the body. Now, a person with measles is contagious 4 days before the rash appears, and officials say people should call their doctor about their symptoms before showing up in the waiting room at the doctor's office. Now, this is the first case of measles in Montgomery County, officials say, since 2019. Back then, there were 5 confirmed cases. You can find more information on this case and learn more on our website, dcnewsnow.com. In the studio, I'm Tosin Fakile for DC News Now.
All right, let's take a look at our radar scope, and it's going to be a little busy here for the northern portions of our viewing area, I think, over the next couple of hours. As you can see, some bands of rain. Thankfully, none of these are severe, but still some moderate to steady rain here will quickly come down into your backyard. This is, of course, I-68. We're looking at Hancock and then Berkeley Springs right along 522 in West Virginia. Again, these are coming out of Pennsylvania. None of them are severe, but this is what our future tracker has. Between now and 7:09, they will impact Hancock, Berkeley Springs, right along 522, potentially heading for Paw Paw, and also potentially impacting Cumberland out that way. Now, as we move a little further east and widen out our view and look a little further into Pennsylvania, you notice this one. This is a severe thunderstorm warning here to the north of the Harrisburg area. It is drifting slightly towards the west-southwest and will probably parallel I-81 here. It looks like it will continue to weaken just a little bit, and we'll also have to watch a couple of these storms that are over by Warwick and Lancaster that could impact maybe some of our eastern viewing area. But right now, things are quiet and dry and warm out towards Annapolis' way. This is a beautiful looking shot here. You can see the boats drifting in and out of the region. We'll talk more about tomorrow's forecast, which is definitely a different one than what we had today and what we had yesterday. That's all coming up in my weather in just a little bit. Ben?
Thanks, Scott. Some showers for our friends in our northern viewing area. Well, now in the district, people were calling for solutions to a problem that they say is getting out of control: violence among teenagers. Yesterday, teens who have seen the violence firsthand attended a Stop the Youth Violence rally in Freedom Plaza. Some who talked to DC News Now said they had friends who've been arrested, shot, or even killed. So far this year, 8 people under the age of 18 have been killed by guns in the district. Meantime, the number of shootings so far this year is now double the number at the same time last year. One 16-year-old said to shift the focus beyond what government officials need to do.
Generally, I do think that the violence is just out of control in general, right? When it comes to DC and when it comes to the world, some things I think that we can do to help is be honest, be genuine, and try to actually care for our community.
And the Washington Capitals have chosen their new leader of the team. Our Alex Flum was there earlier this week for the team's press conference to introduce him.
A new face in charge and a new era underway for the Washington Capitals, officially introducing Spencer Carbery as their new head coach on Thursday.
The new head coach of the Washington Capitals, please welcome Spencer Carbery.
Everything kept drawing me to this organization. Beyond excited to roll my sleeves up and get to work for this organization, this community, this fan base, and our players. And I'm going to put everything I've got into this organization.
While he is the new coach, he's not necessarily a new face to the organization. For his previous job as a Toronto Maple Leafs assistant, Carbery coached both Caps minor league teams, the Hershey Bears and the Carolina Stingrays, with significant success at both stops. He even won a championship as a player on the Stingrays.
I will have to pinch myself a little bit, because that is going to be a special moment of walking out for the first time in our home building, being the head coach of the Washington Capitals will be a really, really special moment for myself and my family.
Caps general manager Brian McClellan says Carbery is the man for the job.
We feel very fortunate that we feel we've signed one of the best young coaches in the game, and we're proud to have him here today.
Since their Stanley Cup victory in 2018, the Washington Capitals have not won a playoff series, and last season missed the playoffs for the first time in almost a decade. Now Carbery will be tasked with infusing some much-needed energy and winning into this organization. Reporting in D.C., Alex Flum for Game Night.